Welcome, weary traveler, to our journey across the stars. Our journey begins as such, an unmarked fool, unknowing of the ways of the world. The trials and tribulations to come will change her forever. We have all been the fool, and we will be again. Take the leap, my child, and know that with pain comes love, with despair comes hope, and with hardship comes abundance. It is the cycle that we are born to repeat, an ever-changing soul that is meant to be stretched, tested, even broken. You will never be the same. The stagnancy is no life worth living. Who are you today? If you had to quantify your very being in a few sentences, what would you say? Give me your best elevator speech. How do you describe your soul? Now, look at the version of you that existed 5 years ago. Would they say the same? What has changed? We go through seasons of our lives where we can completely change on a dime. Sometimes it's hardship. Sometimes it's love. Whatever the catalyst, one constant remains the same, and that's always change. I'm sure you've heard that phrase time and time again, but it remains for a reason. Stagnancy in humans should be, in my opinion, the ultimate enemy of our short time here. We should be molded and formed 1,000,000 times over before we finally kick rocks. To change is to live, and God, how I want to live. Do you? The fool represents the very beginning of a journey, a cycle. We will be the fool quite a few times in our lives, but what does that mean, and what does that look like? If you're watching this, it would not be the first time that you have started the fool's journey, but it very well could be the first time that you'll see it as such. Think about the first time you ever moved away, maybe from your parents, or maybe the first time you started school. It was a time in your life where everything that you knew to be true would be tested. You may have had the knowledge of what to expect, but the execution was rocky at best. You went from one environment to another, playing a brand new game with a different set of rules. My advice on starting any new journey is to keep an open mind. As you move through the seasons of your life, I challenge you not to see hardships or changes as negative experiences, but as teachers. Some may try to tell you that there will be none, but how could you ever truly know joy and bliss without diving into the depths of despair and hopelessness? The trick is knowing within yourself that you will withstand the rising tide, just as you have many times before. It may seem counterintuitive to speak on new beginnings with pain, but the two seem to have a symbiotic relationship. You cannot truly begin without an ending, letting the door shut completely to allow you to walk through the next. Even in the very beginning of our creation, we leave our mother's womb, our seat of creation, into an unfamiliar world. This is how we find ourselves in the cycles of life. I want to tell you something, dear traveler. Before we dive further in, you can decide here and now that you have an active hand in whatever you want to experience. Just as we are molded and formed throughout our entire lives, you can mold the world around you and the experiences that you take. The first step is to know within your very being that you are not just a bystander, but you are a creator. There will be circumstances outside of your control that may seek to tear you down, but your sovereignty should never waver. You are you, and you are enough. We will take a further look into this belief as we travel into the next realm of the magician. The fool is often depicted as a lone figure walking off of a cliff, symbolic of taking a leap of faith. Some artists even depict the figure as someone not even aware of the ground giving way underneath their very next step. Oftentimes, they're seen looking off into the distance. By the time the figure will notice, the journey will have begun, and our character will move into the next realm of the magician. Some artists depict the figure being chased by a dog with interpretations of protection or guidance, showing the being the way. As you look at these cards, what does it make you feel? Does the leap itself strike fear in you? Are you worried for our character? Or does it excite you? Knowing your own mind and where you place your limits is the first step in understanding your own journey. There is no wrong answer, as only you can know what is truly right for you. In literature, a common example is Alice falling down the hole chasing the white rabbit. She does not know where it will lead, but the adventure has begun regardless. The path that is walked through tarot can also be very similar to the hero's journey, a common structure which can be found in a lot of stories that we know, to show the progress of characters as they go through their own trials. For this, our fool would be introduced and thrown into the plot of whatever the world may have in store. It might be a villain. It may be the environment. It might even be love. The story may take place over a short time, or it may take years for it to conclude, and can be similar to the cycles that we see now. With the start of a journey comes a sense of apprehension, maybe even anxiety, but rewards hardly come without taking a risk first. And that is the lesson of the fool. Will you stay stagnant in what makes you comfortable? Or will you see what life has in store for you when you leap? Take a look at where you stand right now in your own life. I want you to imagine the last time you truly felt unsure about the move you were about to take. What did the start of that experience look like, feel like? Start to see your path as something that's moving along the wheel, and you'll be able to understand your story. In my life, one of my most memorable times as the fool was when I was thrown headfirst into the world of high strangeness. There were many things I didn't understand or know, but I was an eager student. You will be taught, you will be humbled, and your worldview may never be the same. I felt excitement, yes, but I had so much fear too. I couldn't fathom the way that the experience would impact my life, but it called to me regardless. If I hadn't dove into those murky waters, I would not be the woman I am today. It is worth it, traveler, to feel, to experience, and to love. Do not close yourself off for the sake of protection and safety, because it is a trick of your mind to keep you stuck. Trust your intuition and trust that you must experience these cycles, because that is what it means to truly live. Sit with the knowledge that your cycle has truly begun. and throw your hands to the wheel. Let's start molding our lives.